Hey, what's going on, Moneymakers? It's your boy, Alton Orrell, your favorite side hustle guy. Look, we've been talking about being a medical courier. I've been beating you guys down with this information. Hopefully, you've been using it to your advantage. But there's a new opportunity that's arising in this medical courier game, and I want to talk about it today. But first, if you haven't already, subscribe, like, follow. It helps the channel. It helps us reach more people. I realize there's a lot of people hurting in these days, right? People are out of work. People are being laid off. People are underemployed. So my mission is to reach as many people as we can and help them in any way. So it really helps when you like and follow the channel. So go ahead and do that now. It takes a second. But let's talk about it. There's a new opportunity or new shift, maybe I could say, that's happening in the medical courier space that I've noticed. And that shift that's happening is companies are starting to get away from, not necessarily get away, but they're shifting toward giving opportunities to folks who come in with a business mindset. What do I mean by that? So there's this thing called master contracting. You've heard me talk about it before. Companies are starting to say, hey, we don't want to give individual contracts to 100,000 people. We'd rather give regional contracts or contracts designated by zip code or area code. Give those to individuals who are set up with an LLC or an incorporation or whatever business entity. We'd rather give it to them, shift off some of this responsibility that we're taking on, and let them, empower them to hire and fire their own drivers and have these bigger contracts, right? So that shift is starting to happen. What does that mean for you? What does that mean for me? Opportunity. So I kind of want to talk about how you can be in position to get some of these opportunities as it's happening, because it's happening. And I want this for you. And this is not to scare off. I don't want to scare off people who are coming into this and they're saying, look, Alton, I don't want to do this as a business, right? I don't have the time. I don't have the resources. I just want to make a little extra money. Trust me, those opportunities are still there. It's just that there's a new opportunity being created for some of us who are business minded. And I want to speak to that. Okay. So let's talk about a few things. I'll kind of talk about my experience, right? Because that's the only thing I have is my experience. And I've seen people who've done it different ways. You might be watching this and say, well, I did it this way or that way. There's no wrong way. I just want to talk about how I got here, how I got to doing over $200,000 every year for the last 3 years, consistently doing this medical courier space, this medical courier business. So kind of want to walk you through how I structured it to be in position for these things. And hopefully this will help you. But the first thing I did was I started off with a business entity. I did an LLC. I know some people watching this will be like, well, what about an incorporation? What about an S Corp, C Corp? That's not really what this video is about. The big takeaway is create some sort of business entity. Because when we start talking about these contracts, these master contracts, they're only going to give them to you as a business. They won't give them to individuals. Right? That's how they relinquish some of the liability and responsibility. They say, hey, look, we'll only give these contracts to another business entity. So get an LLC set up, get an incorporation set up, get a partnership set up. Like I said, I'm not a tax person, so I can't advise you which way to go, but get some sort of business entity set up. Name the business properly. Name the business properly. Here's what I mean by that. Stay away from names that pigeonhole you directly into medical courier. And the reason I say that is because down the road, if you want to get financing and funding, and I've had students or folks that I've helped before, they get hung up, even with Stripe. So they go to Stripe and they say, hey, I need a merchant account. I need to accept payments from somebody that I'm charging for this contract or whatever. And they get declined. Why do they get declined? Well, because Stripe has their list of high risk opportunities. And even though this is not high risk to us, Stripe and banking institutions will say, hey, if you're delivering pharmaceutical supplies, that's high risk. Where you say, man, I'm not doing pharmaceutical supplies. I just do latex gloves for the most part. So that's why it's utterly important, extremely important to name your business something neutral. Don't name it Pete's Pharmaceutical Delivery. What I would do is I would say Pete's Enterprises, right? So that way the bank doesn't know exactly what you do, and they can't assume. We don't want them making assumptions. We want them to ask the question. Okay. So name the business properly. Be professional with the name too. Because when you start dealing with these dispatchers and these hiring managers and the people who are giving the contracts, first impressions mean something, right? So make sure that you name your business something that sounds professional, where banks can't tell exactly what it is that you do right out the gate. Okay, go get your business bank account. Get a separate bank account. Don't put this stuff in your personal bank account. It's going to create nightmares for you as far as business, as far as taxes and stuff like that down the road. Okay, so do all those things. Be professional. Get a professional email. Get your, like I said, Pete's Enterprises. Get your email tied to that domain, right? So don't email people from info or, Pete@gmail.com. You want Pete@Pete'sEnterprises.com. It's going to look extremely professional. Okay. All these things are important because, again, we talked about the financing. I'll kind of tell a quick story about me. When I was getting set up, I used a resource called NAV. Jot that one down, guys. If you're watching this, NAV, NAV.com. It's a great resource because what NAV does is they get you set up with business credit. Well, not business credit. They report business credit, which will help you get business credit down the line. So you pay NAV each month, and then they're going to report those payments to your tax identification number, your EIN. So what this does is this shows potential lenders on the business side. We're not talking about your personal side. It'll show potential lenders on the business side that, hey, this person has paid something on time. So that's extremely beneficial to you. So nav.com, I got set up with them. I was able to get, I got a, Sam's Club business card up to $5,000 in the business name. My personal name's not attached to it anywhere. I got an Office Depot card. I got a Home Depot card, all in the business name. So that's just a little sidebar. Get set up with NAV. I'm a huge fan of NAV. I don't get anything by telling you that, but they're good. But once you get all that set up, then you start getting these contracts. If you need some help getting the contracts, I'll leave a link in the description for a wonderful resource. A lot of you guys have tapped into that resource. We have a bundle that we put together over the last year or so. You got 75 apps and websites to go to these companies that give these contracts out. You get your certifications. You're going to need your HIPAA, your Bloodborne pathogen certification. Even doing this on the business side, anybody who's associated with the business and decides to drive is going to have a HIPAA and a Bloodborne pathogen certification. So you'll get that. That's one of the things you'll need. And we put some other resources in there, some business documents and stuff like that. But check that out. That'll be there. But I wanted to hop on and just kind of tell you guys about this shift, this opportunity that's happening that I'm starting to see. And I want you guys prepared for that in the community. I want you guys to tap into that and see huge success. But that's all I got. I'm trying to make these videos a little shorter for you. I'm trying to do these more often. So again, like, follow, subscribe, check the resource that I left for you in the description if you want to get started. It's actually half off through the link in the description. You don't have to put a discount code in or anything. It's right there. But I love you guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the input that you guys give me. A lot of you guys are seeing success. We're going to keep talking about this stuff. Stay tuned. We're going to be talking about credit and all that. I got some stuff I want to share with you guys too. I raised my credit score 50, 60 points and kind of doing some stuff that I saw, and I want to share that with you too. So we talk about all things finance and we talk about all things side hustles. But I'm Alton Arrell, your favorite side hustle guy. We'll see you in the next video. All right.